I'm your host, Locum23. You're joining me for BloodBound Chapter 9, The Five. As the five of you fly to Tokyo, you try to recover from what happened at Reia's mansion, and the surprise attack by Gaius. You can still feel his lingering presence on the plane. In your mind, you hold yourself and shiver, staring at the chair that Gaius tore in half. Camilla, it can't have been easy to see him again. Are you alright? She reins in her anger, taking a deep breath as her eyes go distant and haunted. I will be, once he's dead. Camilla opens a cooler in the back of the plane and comes back with blood packs. When she hands one to you, you take it reluctantly, knowing it won't taste as good as when it's fresh. There's drink from the blood packs, their wounds stitching together, their bruises receding. Sighing, you begin to drink your own. The blood is thicker and colder than what you're used to, but it does the trick. The wounds and aches throughout your body begin to dissolve away, leaving you feeling stronger. Are you positive about this psychic vampire, Jax? Pretty positive. Takeshi mentioned him enough times for his name to stick. Kano is the only vampire in Japan that's not part of the Five. The Five? All turned by Gaius. They established rule in Japan while the Order ruled Europe, and Gaius created his Shadow Kingdom in America. They began to gather power in the late 1800s, creating a safe haven for themselves while keeping other vampires out. Keeping them out? Why? Because look what just happened, that's why. Unlike Gaius, they don't believe in turning. Their number one rule is not make any new vampires, or to invite those who might cause trouble. Japan is their haven, secure, strong, impregnable. They handle everything from top-secret government decisions down to which potholes need to be filled. My mentor, Takeshi, made me promise I'd never go to Japan. He said they'd kill me if I ever set foot there. I always dreamed of going there. I just thought it would be with Takeshi, or with my parents. He laughs bitterly. I guess that ship has long since sailed. He swallows nervously as Camilla lays a brief hand on his shoulder. I wish we were visiting under different circumstances. We hadn't gotten the chance to meet Takeshi. He sounds so special to you, and it sounds like he was an incredible man. He was rough around the edges, a surly, mean drunk, but under all the gruff was the heart of a good man. He was there every step of the way after he turned me. He taught me about my new senses, my new life. He taught me how to wield a sword. And then he was gone. There was a pile of ash in his place. A pile of ash and a stake, and I never got to say goodbye. Jax. Silence falls over the group, everyone lost in their own thoughts. You take a moment to peer outside. Passing over the Atlantic, there aren't any city lights to relieve the unrelenting blackness. A chill steals through you. Shuddering, you stand up to cross to the opposite end of the plane. By the way, who's flying? If Adrian and everyone else are right here, who's flying? I'm just saying. God, that was so close. Amy, you okay? You turn and find that Camille and Lily followed you. They're both wearing worried expressions. I'm sorry I panicked. When I saw him, I just... Amy, there's no need to apologize. What you went through was traumatic. Yeah, honestly, I'd be more worried if you didn't panic. You put your hands over the unseen sword wound, or a scar would be if you weren't a vampire. I don't know what I can do if he comes for us again. When he comes for us again. Well, you did something that slowed him down. It was only the only way I was able to get him off the plane. What happened? It was something to do with my new powers. When I looked into his eyes, I saw this chasm of loneliness, pain, fear. I thought I saw a glimpse of who Gaius truly is. A monster? Beyond that, it was more like the origin of the monster, the things that twisted and unmade him. Mila looks away for a moment, her eyes pinched when she sighs. This is good to know for the future. Maybe we can use it to our advantage. But for now, Amy, we just want to make sure you're alright. Yeah, anything you need, just let us know. Camila, Lily. I'm gonna hold their hands. Overwhelmed with emotion, you take both of their hands in yours. Guys, I don't know what I did to deserve you. Thank you. Nonsense, you're one of us. We look after our own. Yeah, what she said. They squeeze your hands reassuringly. Let's get some rest before we land. There's still a few hours to go. You all try to rest as the plane continues on, all shades pulled down as you fly throughout the day. Eventually, you're shaken awake by Adrian. The plane's starting its descent. Already? Bounce outside and realize it's nearly night. You've been flying all day. You know, I thought long airplane rides would be easier as a vampire, but I still get all cramped and restless. That's because planes are torture devices. Don't go all tinfoil hat on me, Matsuo. They're long metal monsters that can catapult you through the sky. They're all death machines. Children, focus. Once the plane touches down, we'll need to move fast. How good is your Japanese, Jax? Oh my god, something I can actually pronounce correctly. And that's something that Pixelberry should have been using a lot sooner after 4 years. Decent. I've arranged for a contact in Reigns Corp Tokyo Division to meet us. He'll help us lay low. You feel the plane level out and land on the tarmac, jostling you all in your seats. Lily cranes her head to peer out the window. Once we know we're safe, we'll try to reason with the Five and arrange a meeting. Is that him? She points out the window. On the tarmac, you see a lone figure of a man. Must be. The Five have ears everywhere. He may well be compromised. Everyone needs to be on their best behavior, just in case. We have to show ourselves as peaceful and complacent. Why did you look at me when you said that? You're literally wearing a sword. You swallow and follow the others out on the tarmac where Adrian's contact awaits. And his face comes in the light. Adrian scowls. That's not my contact. No, it's... Guys? No. Who? Why are people mad? Oh! Okay, I'm surprised by this. I kinda had the inkling when he said there was just a steak and Ash, but no, I'm kinda surprised. He looks nothing like him. Boy, I see you've learned nothing. What? How is this? Takeshi, I thought you were... The man steps forward, his eyes are bleary, his appearance scruffy, but he still gives off an aura of power that you can't ignore. Date, yes. That was for your own damn good. How are you here? How are you alive? How are you... Before he can finish, Takeshi moves forward in a blur, grabbing Jax by the collar. What did I tell you, I told you never to come to Japan. I told you that you'd get yourself killed. But of course you never listen. Never listen. Listen here, old man. I just spent 25 years thinking you were dead. I mourned you. And you were all this time. Adrian steps forward, gently placing a hand on Takeshi's shoulder. We can rehash the past later. Right now I need answers. Where's my contact? In my trunk. Relax, he's alive. I'm doing this to save all of your lives. Is that so? Takeshi's eyes flip to Camila as he's seeing her for the first time. Camila Sahid. Is that you? It's been a while. Wait, you know each other? We did a lifetime ago. You told me your maker was named Takeshi, but I never thought it'd be him. I had no idea he even came to America. Hi, Lily Spencer here. Quick question for everybody. What the hell is happening? Takeshi swears in Japanese and lets out a wary sigh while Jack stares, stunned and incredulous. Look, you can't be here. If the other 5 find out, they'll come for you. We need to all get back on the plane and... But as he talks, sleek black cars tear onto the tarmac, screeching up to you. And we're screwed. Armored soldiers pour out of the vehicles and surround you in the plane, brandishing state-of-the-art crossbows and UV grenades. Hands up, all of you, if you want to live. Or have 5 more minutes of your life. Adrian lifts his hands in a show of surrender. Camila, scowling, does the same. Lily and Jax follow suit. Not eager to piss off the heavily armed soldiers, you raise your hands above your head, like the others. The soldiers are tense as you all make a show of your compliance, but they don't draw their weapons. Ishi tries to reason with them in Japanese, but the soldiers ignore his orders. Apparently no one in this game or company speaks Japanese worth a shit. I was hoping to actually read some for you all. The soldiers close in, drawing elaborate electric handcuffs similar to those Langdon Kavinsky used to incapacitate you. Oh, hey, this sucks. Watch it. If you touch me, I swear to God. All of you. Just go with it for now. We're on their turf, we need to play along. We can't win a fight. Reasoning with them is our best hope. Reluctantly you sigh, offering your hands. The soldiers clasp the handcuffs around your wrists and drag you into the back of one of their cars. The car streaks through the streets of Tokyo. You sit in the middle with Jax on one side and Camila on the other. God, he's still alive. All this time I've been living a lie. Have you, though? Camila, how do you know Takeshi? Gaius and I visited Japan in 1200s. Takeshi was a great warrior. Gaius's close friend. Gaius turned him as a reward. I haven't spoken to him in centuries, but I know he was fundamental in Japan's history, in its society, in the Five. Do you know who the Five are? There's Eikyo Nakamura, former clan leader and now CEO. Eikyo Kwangi, a great warrior turned pacifist. Henry Zhang, billionaire businessman. The Evolved. The what? A brilliant scientist, she's obsessed with overcoming her mortal form and has spent centuries using her healing powers to enhance her body. She sees flesh as a prison and has done everything she can to escape it. Oh, so those at the end of the BloodBound Christmas special. Oh, okay. So literally the cyborg-looking lady. Lily's gonna lose her mind. I count 4, who's the 5th? Takeshi Watanabe, your maker. Takeshi. No, he told me he was just in exile. He said he hated the 5. He was lying to me the whole time. I doubt you were the only one. I'm sure there's a good explanation. I know it looks bad, but Takeshi spent years with you, Jax. He clearly cared about you. Whatever's happening here, I'm sure it'll make sense. He lied to me for decades, Amy. He let me believe he was dead. There's no explanation for that. The car pulls in the parking garage. The soldiers drag you out and into the elevator. You'd be surprised, Jax. When you emerge, you're in a sleek, high-tech conference room. Your other friends push up around you and you blink around. Ooh. I love Japan. 1, for their technology, 2, for their culture. What is this place? Are we in Tony Stark's lab? Please say yes. If you value your life, be silent, trust me. Ishi alone is not bound. Jax glares at him. When the hell are you gonna tell me that you're one of the 5? But Jax's voice trails off as 5 chairs descend from the ceiling around you. Takeshi kneels and you see figures in 4 of them. One of them, a woman in a sleek business suit, narrows her eyes. Camila, it's been a while. Wonder why, considering what you do to vampires who try to come here. And yet you tried anyway, despite knowing the rules. I believe she was the woman, wasn't she? In the flashback? That she wanted them to turn them, question mark? So I did. Indeed. Lily leans over and whispers. Am Ah, Baser, do those two have a vibe? Shh! Adrian tries to take a step forward, but a soldier stops him. Please, hear us out. We wouldn't have come here unless it was of grave importance. Another of the five, an elderly-looking vampire with a calm demeanor, raises his hand to call off the soldiers. We will get to you in the moment, young man. First, we must address the grave crime our peer has committed. The man's eyes pierce through the room, going from Takeshi to Jax. Jax swallows as his muscles tense as if preparing for a fight. Takeshi, you know the rules. You took a vow not to turn. You deliberately ignored it. Bad enough that you fled to America for half a century. Now we find that you spent time breeding. This creature is a sin. Hey! A slight whirring noise cuts through the room before another of the five looks up. You hold back a gasp at the sight of her half flesh, half machine. Hey, look, I called it. Nakamura is correct. Takeshi Watanabe made a vow never to turn. He has failed. Breaking that vow must result in punishment. What the hell? Takeshi steps slightly in front of Jax, looking grim. Let Takeshi speak. Yes, it's true. I disobeyed our law. I'm the one to blame in this situation, not Jax. The boy was dying. I had a moment of weakness, of humanity. Turns to look back at Jax, who's watching him in disbelief. Look, Jax Matsuo may have roots in this country, but he's American. I didn't turn him here, did I? Our law prohibits the turning of vampires anywhere. Evolved eyes flicker red and black. Takeshi Watanabe is technically correct. Damn right. And even if I wasn't, I forbade Jax from ever trying to come here, from disrupting the order we've maintained here for centuries. At this, his softened expression turns hard again. Jax shuffles back guiltily. After taking a deep breath, Jax curls his hands in a fist and addresses the five. I get it. You don't want me here, but this isn't about me, and it's not about Takeshi. We're here because we're in trouble. All of us. New York has fallen, and we have nowhere to go. Again, I thought New York was just liberated from guys. Who, pray tell, has it fallen to now? The first vampire herself. Rhea. A whisper goes through the five. The one who hasn't spoken yet leans forward in his seat. The first vampire. The goddess herself. I heard the rumors, but never dared believe they were true. They're true, all right. She's already taken control of New York, and it'll only be a matter of time until all of America bends to her will. She killed our friend, got into our minds. She's a monster. Echo gives a low, mirthless laugh. And why should we care about the fall of America? About time, I'd say. You should care, because once Rhea is finished with us, she'll come for you. All she craves is power. The more she kills, the more powerful she becomes. She's not going to stop until she's claimed it all. You come here declaring doom and expect us to drop everything? Especially when you throw Takeshi's crime in our faces. We only came here for Kano. Amy is here. There's a collective gasp as the five recoil. How do you know of Kano? No one knows about Kano except for us. No one is supposed to know of his existence. Ishi buries his face in his hands. Oh, great, another crime. Oh, for God's sake, boy! You told them about Kano. I swore you to secrecy. You told the whelp about Kano. Oh, Jesus, Takeshi, if they don't end you now. It was an accident, all right. I was drunk, it slipped out. He promised not to tell anyone. Oh, he promised. He promised. I guess that makes it all right, then. I didn't tell anyone until now, when it's literally the end of the world. Amy's the blood keeper, all of the memories of every vampire stored inside of her. As a vampire herself, this gives her incredible psychic abilities. You feel blood rush to your face as all the members of the five stare at you. You give an awkward little wave. How do you give a wave when your hands are bound? The Bloodkeeper. And yet she is a vampire. It's complicated. We just learned that Rhea can completely control over a vampire's mind. Amy alone was able to resist her power. Jax only told us about Kano because there's no one with the psychic powers we can trust. If we're going to defeat Rhea, Amy's our best chance. Which means someone has to teach her. The Vive stare at you again. You shift under their uncomfortable scrutiny. Be direct. Trust me. Japanese people do not like bullshit. You always be direct with them. That's why I like their culture. Look, I know we're not following your rules, but we can't afford it to at the moment. People have already died. It's only a matter of time until Rhea's teeth are at your throats. So you can either help us or watch as the world around you falls, knowing you have the chance to stop it. Impudent little... Ishi turns a snort of amusement into a cough as Henry Zhang quietly assesses you again. A terrible silence falls, making your limbs lock up and your heart pound. Finally, Henry Zhang stands from his chair. Well, I cannot say I am pleased. We must also consider Kano's wishes. I know he would be most interested in meeting this generation's Bloodkeeper. Zhang. I vote that we grant them an audience with Kano. If he accepts, Amy, they stay. But if he refuses, then we must leave at once. They must leave at once and never return. Saying the very presence is a threat! Oh, save it, Echo. You're just bitter I left you and you know it. The vibe. I knew there was a vibe! She sputters indignantly as Echo shakes his head with a smile. I, for one, am glad to have you. It will be fascinating to see what you and Kano might do together. I disagree. This is a high probability of ending in disaster. I suppose we shall see. Takeshi, imagine you vote to let them stay. Takeshi gets a vote on the mess he created. Well, that would be 4. 2 of you are for, 2 of you are against. This is a tiebreaker. Do we have a rock, paper, scissors match? Why not? I did not break any laws. I turned the boy outside of Japan, remember? It's decided then. Takeshi, they'll stay with you. Wait, what? I didn't... Do not make me repeat myself. Fine. Takeshi walks out of the room, muttering under his breath. Follow me, I guess. Not that I have a choice. Glance around to the others and reluctantly follow Takeshi out. A little while later, you follow Takeshi into an upscale penthouse, where Pixelberry has skipped over the fact that we were bound, and we are no longer bound. It's okay, I accept this, just go with it. Man, that was intense. Are they always like that? Unfortunately. Welcome to my place, I guess. It's not much, but hey, I have no choice. You're surprised to find a swanky penthouse done in modern style. There's trash and dirty clothes littered around while Takeshi kicks it out of the way. Jax is the last to enter, looking around with a frown. Covered in beer cans. What a shock. Is that why you left me, old man? Why you lying? So you could drink yourself into oblivion? You have absolutely no idea, boy. No idea. We're doing this, huh? Yes, we are. Jax, you should hear him out. Hear me out. Who says I'm talking? Oh, mother! I tried to be nice. I do. And who the hell are you anyway? Irene steps in front of you protectively. She's someone you'll speak to with respect. Takeshi's eyes flick back and forth between the two of you with understanding. Ah. Seriously, Takeshi. Talk. Who are you really? What were you doing in America? Takeshi lets out a wary sigh. I'm one of the 5. I've been for centuries, but in the 1950s I burned out. I couldn't do it anymore. I felt purposefulness. Lost. So I fled my duties and went to a place I knew I could get lost, America. It's going alright, and then I met you. Oh, we were gonna take down the clans together. Protect the clanless. Did you ever mean any of it? I did. Then what happened?
The 5 came for me. Killed the vampire I was with, demanded I go with them. I knew if I didn't, they'd find out about you. I didn't abandon you, boy. I saved your life. You could have left me a message.
And then you would have went hunting for him.
And if you knew I was alive, what would you do, You'd come after me. Get yourself killed. This is the best way.
The best way? You abandoned me, left me on my own, the things I went through, the pain, the loss.
It worked, didn't? You lived until you came here and put both of us at risk.
Yeah, I know you didn't want me here. Right now you're probably thinking that you should have just let me bleed out in the alley.
What? No,
Just admit it, old man. You'd wish you'd never turned me.
Jax,
Jax leaves the room, going off to be alone. Takeshi leans back in his chair with a deep sigh.
Always with the temper.
Hey, if you need us to clear out while you, have your cats in a cradle moment... I don't get that reference.
No, he just needs some time to cool down and accept what's happened. We'll just...
He grabs something from a cabinet and practically slams it down on the table. It's a bottle of a very old Japanese whiskey. You all watch as he pours himself a hefty glass. Adrian examines the label and raises his eyebrows.
This is very expensive.
And very potent. Try some. You might as well pour me a glass. I need it after seeing Akio. I take it you two have, history? A fling. A long time ago. A fling. Vampires seem to have a lot of those. What else do you expect us to do century after century? Things get dull. See, this is why I'm telling you to get into video games. They're always coming out with new ones, and they only occasionally break your heart. Hey, Warcraft 3 Reforged breaks every single fiber of my heart. I'll pass. Not even Bloodborne? Lily gains a point. I said pass. Adrian and Camilla settle down to enjoy their whiskey, while Lily turns on the flat screen TV. Her face lights up from the colorful game show that comes on. Oh my god, what is this? Why is that girl in a giant hamster wheel? Why is that other one being blasted by a power hose? Yeah, Japanese TV shows like that, they have a lot of humor over there and weird shit. I at least have to say that. No, wait, don't tell me. I just want to enjoy this. Everyone begins to relax, recovering from the recent ordeal. I'll join Lily and Adrian and Camilla. You sit with Adrian and Camilla, who offer you a glass. This is the smoothest whiskey I've ever had. I'm almost upset.
If we manage to get through this, I'm buying up as many bottles as I can.
Okay, Mr. Moneybags.
One of them will be for you, of course.
Now you're talking. It's strange being back here after so long. We're just gonna completely ignore Takeshi, who's probably sitting there too. When's the last time you came? Back when Akio was still head of the Nakamura clan, the late 1200s.
I've never been at all. The farthest I've ever traveled before now, was Europe.
Makes me wish we could go out and explore it without the fly breathing down our backs.
A few minutes later, Jack slinks back into the main room. Come for a drink, after all?
Don't try me, old man. Setting down his empty whiskey glass, Takeshi gets to his feet with a tired groan.
Alright, I have to go take care of some errands, but I'll be back later. Don't break anything while I'm gone. We'll talk later, boy. I promise.
Takeshi leaves and Jax glares after him. Lily closes her throat. So, we made it to Japan and we're alive, and at least for now, we're safe. Cheers? The five of you glance around as Lily pours. To living to fight another day.
To Amy and Kano, and what they'll do together.
To meeting an actual, real vampire freaking cyborg.
To us and only us.
You all raise your glasses together and clink them together. After a lingering moment of graceful silence, Jax rises.
Right. If Takeshi can leave, so can I. Do you want to go out and explore the city with me, Amy? I can't promise we won't get lost, but I can't stay here any longer.
That sounds really nice.
Adrian looks over his shoulder. Normally I wouldn't condone disobeying the five, but I'm feeling a bit cooped up myself. I might go check out Tokyo Tower.
Have fun with that after a day like this. All I need is whiskey. Lily is too transfixed by the TV to respond. A night out in Tokyo. That could be fun. This is your chance to explore the city with Adrian or Jax and tell them those 3 special words. I bite you? Tee-hee.
I bite you, Adrian. I bite you because you're me. Right, let's get going.
The 2 of you stroll through the Tokyo streets, gaping at your new surroundings. Wow, it's so beautiful here.
It's almost like Times Square.
Gaze up at the buildings, studded with advertisements and signs. Cars zoom by while people in long coats hurry past. It is kind of like New York, isn't it?
And it'll all fall to Rhea too, if we can't stop her.
Adrian. Take his hand in yours. The air around you is cold, but his skin feels warm against yours. I know what's happening is terrible, but we can't dwell on it every second, or else we'll go mad. Adrian sighs and nods, squeezing your hand with his.
You're right. Let's just enjoy our walk.
You continue to hold hands as you keep wandering down the busy, lit-up streets. Eventually, you come across an incredible sight. On either side of your pathway where you're walking are trees completely lit up with dazzling lights. Oh, wow. That is gorgeous.
Humans can do beautiful things intertwined with nature. But 99% of the rest of the day, you all just get up.
Hedges and surrounding gardens are covered with lights as well. They lead you towards the Tokyo Tower, multicolored and shining against the dark. People stroll through the garden and courtyard, taking their time to admire the sights.
This must be the winter illumination I've heard about. They do something like this every year.
It's incredible. I love it. The 2 of you walk slowly through the lights, and you can feel it weaving a calming spell around you. In the courtyard, you see more displays, a tunnel of glass, a fountain going off in time to the music.
What do you think?
Let's check out the tunnel. Pull Adrian towards the tunnel, which you see is made of diamond-shaped pieces of multicolored glass. As you enter, you realize all the lights from outside are refracting on the glass, turning the tunnel into a sort of kaleidoscope. Ooh.
Is now a good time to tell you that vampires can't show up in mirrors?
God, I hope not. Doing my makeup would be a real pain. Laughing, you try to take pictures with your phone, but it doesn't do it justice. The lights fall across you and Adrian in a spectrum of purples and blues and reds. When the 2 of you exit the tunnel, you sigh happily. Coming here was a good choice.
Being with you was a good choice.
Eventually, you and Adrian turn to the Tokyo Tower and ascend the steps. The view at the top is breathtaking, and you take a moment to clutch onto the railing and admire the lights burning below and the sky looming overhead. Wow, I'm so glad I got to see this. Adrian's quiet, turning. You realize his earlier smile is gone. Everything okay? Adrian glances guiltily at you, raking his hand through his hair.
I'm sorry, Amy, I know I shouldn't be dwelling on it, but I can't stop. I can't stop feeling disappointed. But Rhea betrayed us, so she ended up just being another power-hungry tyrant.
He sighs and leans his arm against the railing, gazing out at Tokyo's skyline.
Look at what humans can create. Stunning cities, breathtaking displays of art. And then our kind comes and destroys it.
Look what nature does. Creates wonderful kingdoms, jungles, and then humans come and destroy it. That's not true. You and the others have done so much good, Adrian.
But what if... just stops? What if we're all destined to become like Rhea, living only to mine power and create chaos? After all, we share her bloodline. Maybe it's true that all vampires are corrupted, that one day I'll just be like her.
Well, I don't believe that. Not for a second. Adrian, look at all you've done with your life. You keep trying so hard to find goodness in the world, to create it for others. That, more than anything, is proof that you are good. Not just a vampire, but as a person. Vampire stares at you. Adrian stares at you, his throat bobbing as he swallows.
Amy.
You pull his face down to yours, and the kiss is gentle, sweet, a little hesitant, but you can feel the sadness pouring off of him like smoke. Then Adrian pulls you in closer, his kiss becoming hungrier, more desperate. You open your mouth to him and hold him back just as tightly. His hands cradle your face as he kisses you so intensely your legs begin to weaken. The whole city falls away until it's just the two of you. So caught up in him that nothing else matters. 3 little words. I thought we've already said I love you to Adrian at one point or another, but I could be wrong. His eyes go wide and the sadness in his face melts away instantly. Amy. Brushes a thumb against your cheek, his eyes staring deeply in yours.
I love you too, Amy. So much it hurts.
Your heart swells as he leans down to kiss you, filled with giddiness and satisfaction. When you finally break away, Adrian presses his forehead to yours.
We should probably head back. Takeshi might have returned at any moment. Thank you, Amy, for everything.
Adrian. Hand in hand, the two of you head back towards the penthouse, leaving the lights behind. That's how life should be. Usually humans work well in pairs, not solo. When you wake up the next night, you walk into the main room and find Takeshi speaking with the others. Everyone looks serious. What's going on? You know, so much so that you couldn't wake me.
The Five have reached out to Kano. He's decided to meet you tonight.
Tonight?
Get ready. He's waiting for you. Though you might want to change into something else first.
Like...
The Evolved sent you an outfit. One she made herself. She thinks it will suit you.
The Evolved made me an outfit. Why?
Beats me. I stopped trying to understand her in the late 1800s when she started replacing organs with clockwork gears.
That's a joke, right? You're making a joke? Gishi shrugs and lays out an elegant, sparkling dress. Whoa, if the Evolved to sent me this herself, it'll definitely impress Kano. Okay. I mean, this is weird. It looks very techno. I'm assuming those are lights. I like the wrist thingy. But, very techno. We're going to a party, folks. The dress fits you well, hugging your curves just right. You admire yourself in the mirror before returning to the others. Well, is this weird?
No, it's striking.
Amy in a sexy cyberpunk outfit? Am I dreaming? I feel like I'm dreaming. I never truly liked futurism. Until now.
Does it do anything, or does it just look great?
Well, we'll just have to find out. She becomes a boombox after midnight.
Now then, I'll take you to Kano, alone. And you'd better hope you can impress him, because if you can't, you're going back to America.
Back to Rhea.
Back to hell.
Every day at 3 o'clock the ambulance goes by. I don't get it. Oh, look at that. A diamond choice right before this was over. Well, there was only 2 in this chapter, so I'll accept it. Without further ado, thank you all for watching. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe. Head down in the description below, links to social media, Discord, and a few links to support me and my content. I know what you're saying. Where's the royal hair? Don't worry. Feel happy. Don't worry about a thing. 'Cause every little thing gonna be alright now. See that? I like that. Okay. Anyway. Oh, long story short, I wasn't feeling the best in the world yesterday, and so I took a break. You know, I'm allowed to have those. In case you didn't know, I am a human being. Some of you actually do forget that. Just saying. Anyway, once again, thanks for watching. Catch you all in the next video. Peace.